Welcome to Hope Matters Radio.
We have Steve Lloyd in studio with us, who's instrumental in raising private capital to help you get your money to work for you. Definitely real big in the real estate and what's called the paper investment too. So Justin, what do we need to hit on?
If you could expand more on the self-directing IRA, because I feel a lot of listeners out there don't even know this is an option.
Most people only understand IRAs of investing with certain companies that have mutual funds. You're going to invest in Vanguard or Fidelity or John Hancock, and they're going to take your money, your IRA money. You're going to invest in individual stocks or mutual funds. But you know, the fact is, there's a lot of people that don't want to deal with the volatility of being in the stock market. So there's a great option here. It's called self-directed IRAs, and about 60 to 70% of the money I raise is from self-direction. And how that works is, if you have IRA money, you can move it to a self-directed IRA company like Camaplan, and they're actually a custodian for you. There's no penalties or fees. They might have a transfer fee of like $50 or $60.
So you never touch this money. It just goes from one place to another electronically.
You're not even touching it. It's going over electronically. You're doing a rollover, and now you're with a self-directed IRA company. And what the powerful thing about this is, you can self-direct it to just about anything you want to invest in. Now, you can't invest in furs. There's a couple liquor. There's things that you aren't allowed to invest in, but you can actually buy an investment property with your IRA.
And you've personally done this.
Yeah, bought one years ago. Bought it for like 23 grand. Sold it for like $47,000, and the difference went back into my IRA tax-free. And it's just like buying a stock like Home Depot. You bought it for 10, it went up to 30, you sold it, and the difference of that $20 went up, and you created value. So you can actually lend through your IRA. You can be the bank or a lender through your self-directed IRA. And it's an extremely powerful. Just think about this. If you're between 45 and 50 or 55 years old and you have a decent IRA account, you're getting an 8 to 10% return over the next 15 to 20 years, and you don't have to worry about the dips in the market. It's an incredible wealth building situation for you. You know, I own individual notes in my IRA where I'm getting 30 to 35% returns.
The note is basically somebody's promise to repay you money you've lent them.
That's correct.
At a rate of return that can be.
Well, that's just the promise part.
Mm-hmm.
So
sure.
we need more than the promise. Sure. I've had a lot of promises, and I've lost a lot of money. So don't stay away from family too, and friends. And for that, anybody, because I said before in the show, don't let any money unsecured. Mm-hmm. But with self-direction, it's an extremely powerful tool when you can secure your IRA money to either buy a property or lend to someone, connect it to the property with the collateral, and be the bank and get that 8 to 10% return going back into your IRAs. And there is no penalties for the transfer. It's not an early withdrawal. And if you have your Roth or a traditional, it doesn't matter. There's also health saving plans through your IRA, which is extremely powerful. So everyone should really look into Google self-directed IRAs or take a look at Camaplan and Bluebell.
The easiest way to do that is by calling 855-775-HOPE. That's 855-775-4673. I'll get you connected with Steve. He's more than happy to share the resources of his expertise and the different, let's say, third-party organizations and mentors that you can go to right here in the greater Delaware Valley.
Hope Matters Radio is brought to you by the Real Estate Radio Network. Visit HopeMattersRadio.com for more information. That's HopeMattersRadio.com.